Welcome to This Time Out with Marcus Ekure. I believe you are following me, and I've been on various series. I've done a whole lot of videos, one very good thing about METV is that, we speak to topical issues, we speak to trending issues, we speak to very issues of life, issues that will actually impact you positively on the path of greatness. Yes, quickly, I want you to take a look at that picture, the picture you are seeing on the screen. Now, if you look critically at that picture, now I want to talk about ASUU strike, the lingering ASUU strike, and why our government officials seem not to be showing concern about this. Now, if you take a cursory look at that picture, you see people like, that's the person of Atiku Abubakar, like Atiku Abubakar, who is currently the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party. Now, if you look critically again, you see someone like El-Rufai and his son, doing graduation in one of the universities abroad. Atiku's son in one of the universities abroad. You see somebody like the former emir, that's the former CBN governor, the person of Sanusi. You see him and his son over there. Now, if you also look, you see someone like El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State. You see his picture and his son doing the graduation ceremony there. Now, a whole lot of them, just look critically at that picture. Now, you won't find the son of any poor man in that picture. Now, that goes to tell you, what does it tell you? This picture goes to tell you that these people are not concerned about the welfare of Nigerians. Now, they are not concerned about the educational system of this country because their children are all over there abroad, schooling abroad. And now you ask yourself a question. How much is ASUU really looking for? That is making ASUU, ASUU has been on strike since the beginning of this year, and nobody is talking anything about it. Now, some persons who would have even gotten their PhD as at January, February, today, so many of them are just sitting at home. Now, so many kids, so many children, students who are supposed to have graduated, they are just at home, frustrated, just because of this ASUU strike. Now, what is ASUU really demanding for? That the government cannot actually, grant. It's painful, it's potentially damaging. It's truly painful. The other day, I granted interview to the ASUU chairman in Federal University of Petroleum Resources. And I almost shed tears when I saw the kind of things the man was saying. That Nigeria, we call Nigeria as the biggest in Africa, the most populous country in Africa, the economic hub of Africa. But yet, our budgetary allocation to education is less than 10%. Whereas, look at Rwanda. Rwanda has about 27% budgetary allocation to education. If you want to see any nation that has prospects, any nation with leaders that think, any nation that has future, look at its budgets for education. Now, over time, Nigeria has the least budgets for education in the whole of the world. How do you expect any greatness, any growth and development from a country like that? Now, many of those people who are ruling us today, many of them got their education from either the time of the colonial masters when we were still under colonization, when educational standard was still very high, or many of them, had their degrees abroad. Now, but today, after they climbed with the ladder, they destroyed the ladder so that those who are climbing, the sons and daughters of the poor people in this country will not be able to climb anymore. Now, they are sending their children abroad. And it will also shock you to know that many of them, they've naturalized their families abroad so that when the ship of Nigeria collapses, they will enter private jet and jet out of this country. But they are not going to succeed because the airspace is going to be very hot for them. Now, when you talk of wickedness, there is no country leadership that is as wicked as Nigerian leadership. Now, because their children are abroad, they are not showing any concern about the ASUU strike. Lecturers are just frustrated, they are at home. But these lecturers, what are they really asking for? Are they asking for too much? Are they asking for themselves? No. The lecturers are part of the demands they are putting before the government. They are talking about development of the educational sector. They are talking about equipment of our laboratories. They are talking about the equipment of our ICT centers in the universities. They are talking about the well-being of the university, not just their salaries alone. Are these things too big for government to do? Now look at, in your very eyes and my eyes, one man stole 140 billion. The Accountant General of the Federation. But Nigerians are not even talking about that today. Well, you still see some stupid youths in this country today, on social media drumming support for the likes of these same people who have weaponized us with poverty. These same people who don't want the good of the commoners in this country, they are still the people our youths are drumming support for everywhere. It's ASUU, only one man, only Tinubu, for instance, who is the APC presidential, that old man, only Tinubu can, in fact, can just with a tip of his finger can provide all what ASUU needs for school to be back in session. Only Tinubu has it. Because Tinubu, as he is, some of these people, they are richer than the country itself. It's only in Nigeria you will see stronger individuals and weaker institutions. It's only in Nigeria you will find individuals that are richer than the country. In fact, there are some individuals in Nigeria who are richer than all countries in Africa put together. Is it not shameful? No, take a look at that picture and ask yourself questions. Those of you who are drumming support for all these people, how do you expect any good to come out from our educational system when they've all sent their children abroad? Their children are abroad. They are not in these universities. And the only way, like I've always said, the only way we can correct many of all these crises we have in this country is when it affects our leaders directly. If all their children, if there's a law that compels them to enroll their children, to ensure all their children, they are all in universities in Nigeria, then I believe this issue of strike, the lingering strike issue, would have been resolved by now. That's the truth. It doesn't affect them. Look at insecurity everywhere, because insecurity is lingering in Nigeria because it does not affect them. It does not affect them. When they are moving on the road, they have myriad of convoy. They have a whole lot of people, heavily armed, trained military personnel, guiding them everywhere they go, guiding their houses, and all that. So they don't care. Boko Haram can kill and kill and kill for all they don't really care. Because it's difficult for you to talk of kidnappers, unknown gunmen, launching an attack successfully on one politician in this case. It's difficult. It's not possible because they are heavily protected. So it's the same poor people, you see the tragedy of the poor in this country. So it's the same poor people that unknown gunmen will kill. Imagine the war crisis or war shootout. Going to the church, the people that were killed in a war, majority of them, I'll tell you, majority of them are poor people, the commoners. So these are the same people that the unknown gunmen are not killing. What a pathetic situation in this country. Is this how we're going to continue? How long should we continue in this? How long? Until this whole issue begins to affect them, they will not see the need for a lasting solution to all these problems. I think this is where I'll put a stop to it today. Please kindly subscribe to my channel, encourage your friends to subscribe, and don't fail to always share till it goes viral. Thank you very much. I'm still your friend, Marcus Ikure. Till we meet in our next edition, saying bye for now.